Guys, it's day 1 of week 3, and this is my first opportunity to speak to you, just you and me, and the first video that I've ever recorded. So I have lightened the load a little bit this week for you. Um, what we've normally been doing in a week, number of lessons and the number of pages, I'm going to stretch that over 2 weeks. And I'm also going to be assigning some lessons on iReady outside your normal path that will also go along with what we're doing in our packets. Some of those lessons might be review lessons of what you've done in the last couple of weeks. And you may see a lesson that pops up there related to what we're doing even now. So when you do your iReady time, I still want you to follow your normal path, but because I've given you a lighter load this week in reading materials, paper materials, I'd like you to use your hour to get some extra iReady minutes on the teacher assigned lessons. So let me say that one more time. I'm going like very slowly through one packet, and you've done a packet a week for the last 2 weeks. So you're going to take a packet this week and take 2 weeks to actually do it. But along with that, during your hour a day for reading, you'll do your packet work, then you'll go on to iReady and you will do the teacher assigned lessons that go with the packets that we've done, either review or currently. And then during your hour of quiet time, that's when you'll get your 45 minutes of your path. And don't work on teacher assigned lessons then. Okay? So I'll put that in a document also on Google Classroom in an explanation. So you'll have that. Now, that being said, I don't have a lot to talk about in this packet except to introduce what it's about. And it is going to, we're switching from nonfiction. I know you're excited because we've been doing nonfiction for a while. We're going to go back to literary, looking at fiction stories. Could be historical fiction, could be realistic fiction, could be science fiction, fantasy. There's lots of genres under the literary fiction heading. Today, we're going to be, this week and next, we're going to be looking at plays. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid in school, I loved to read plays as a group. Like everybody would take a character and get to do that. I'm sorry that you're alone at home and we don't get to do that together. Maybe you can get your family to play along and they can read some of these with you, because as these packets, as you've become familiar with these, you know that the plays that you see throughout the packet over the next couple of weeks are going to get longer and longer. So we're looking at plays, and we're looking at describing characters in plays. Characters are of course, the people. Could be animals. Could be, if you think Disney, if you think like Beauty and the Beast, it even could be objects that are magically enchanted somehow. But it's the characters that play a role. They play a role in telling the story or being involved in the story. You could have a narrator who is outside the story that's still a character, but they're the narrator character and they don't appear in the story. But you also could have a narrator that narrates that's within the story. You also could have a play that actually has no narrator and the story just plays out through the characters' interactions with one another. The target here, if you got a packet, and if you didn't get a packet, you can pull it up online when you get done watching the video. The target says that you will be able to describe details, including the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions of a character in a drama that will help you better understand what they read. So what that's saying in normal terms is the better you can, if you can focus in on what the characters are doing and feeling and what they're actually saying, then it helps you to understand overall the play or the story in general. So characters are our window sort of into that story. This one is going to talk the key words here, and you'll see on the packet it says our character traits, which are specific qualities that characters have, such as they're shy or they're always honest, or they might be evil or greedy or jealous. They don't always have to be good traits, but those are the traits, just like we talk about our character traits weekly. And we talk about how you can have good character or you can have a bad character trait. Those are the traits, the qualities that the characters possess in the story. And the motivations are the reasons why the characters act, think, or feel the way that they do. Um, Traits and motivations of different characters affect how they behave in the story. And of course, that becomes part of the events within a story. You're going to see a cartoon. It's right here. This cartoon right here is where your day one work is going to come from. And this guy right here is Edmund. So your graphic organizer for this week is going to ask you, based on this simple cartoon, to come up with some character traits and motivations for this guy's comment about this dog right here. And you can see that these guys are not humans. They are aliens. Because if you look closely, you can't see probably here, but way back here, there's a spaceship waiting on them. So read this comic carefully, and then you'll go to the next page and you're going to work again on character traits and motivations. So the next page shows you, of course, with every one of these lesson packets, you have a graphic organizer that helps you organize your thoughts around the learning target. So you're going to think about what you've learned from reading this comic, and you're going to list traits that you think Edmund, the big tall alien, might possess based on just that simple little comic that you read. And then you're going to give details that you observe or that you read about that support the traits that you say. If you say he's happy, then you're going to give me something from the comic that supports that. If you say you think he's scared, then you're going to tell me why you think that. What from the evidence shows you why. And I would say if you could get 3 or 4 right here, that would be the target to write. Try to come up with 3 or 4. They're your opinion, but you do have to support why you think that. And it can't be things that aren't evidenced in some way. You've got to be able to give me some evidence or some idea why you might think that. So you're going to do this page. The academic talk, these are the words that you need to be focused on in this packet, are a drama, a character, character traits, and motivations. A drama specifically is a story that has some sort of action that draws you in. And dramas can come in many different forms. They can be, again, like I said, historical. They can be realistic. They can be fantasy. Or in Ed's case, he's an alien. So that would be sort of science fiction drama. But a drama usually has like a plot and a problem and then some sort of resolution by the end. And we're going to be focusing not as much on the plot and the resolution, but the characters' roles, how characters fit into making their sort of if Plot Mountain is the roller coaster track, then the characters are sort of the vehicles that are moving along that track. They sort of help make the roller coaster. They tell the story, and you could think of each character sort of being in a different car, and their role in the story gives you clues and helps drive the story along. The roller coaster wouldn't be really any fun if there weren't characters in the cars, right? They're along for the ride sometimes just as much as we are, but the author uses them as the vehicle to tell the story, along with setting and other things. But we're going to look at what characters bring to a drama. Guys, that's it. So 2 things. Your packet work page, and it's pages 106 and 107. And then you're going to look for teacher lessons on iReady that go along with either the nonfiction things we've been covering, or I might pop some in that relate to dramas and plays. I haven't really gotten on there and assigned those yet. They will be there by Monday. And then you'll work on those to complete your hour. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow for the next pages. Don't watch tomorrow's video until you have done the first 2 pages in the packet. Another reason that I gave you less over the next week, I'm not giving you lesson time. You're going to work an hour, but I'm slowing the packet down is I know some of you might still be finishing up the packet work from weeks 1 and week 2. So you can also use some of your time to work on that. And again, when you're done with your packets, you can turn them in during the lunch circle, drop them off when you pick up your new ones. During the lunch circle, you can give them to the bus drivers and say, these are for my 4th grade teachers. Do that when they drop off food and you pick up a packet from the bus. You can also turn in packets. That way, make sure your names are on them because I can't go behind you and figure out who they are. It will take me probably a week to actually get my hands on them. So please make sure your names are on things that you turn in because otherwise I won't know it's yours. I can't tell from your handwriting. That's a teacher secret I shouldn't let out, but I can't. Oftentimes I can't. So I won't know it's yours. Please put your name on them. Now, you can also take pictures of your completed work and pop it into, I'm going to put Google Docs starting for week 3 in the Google Classroom, just a blank Google Doc. And as you do the packet, you can take a picture of it. If you didn't pick up a packet, you can draw this chart on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and pop it in the Google Doc, just like you do for Miss Howard for math. All right. And if you get to a section where you have questions to answer, you can just number them on a page, take a picture of it, write your answers out, take a picture of it, and send it in a Google Doc. So 2 ways to turn in. You can turn in a digital picture of your work on a piece of paper, and then post that picture onto a Google Doc like you do in math, or you can turn your hard packets in via the bus or through the drop-off. Okay. I really miss you guys. I hope to see you soon. And just take it easy this week. Stay well, stay inside, enjoy your time with your family, and do your iReady teacher lessons during the reading block. Do your iReady minutes on Monday and Tuesday for reading and math during your quiet hour block. Okay? No read theory yet. iReady minutes for the beginning of the week, just like when at school. Get your iReady minutes done first. All right. Hang in there. Call me, text me, message me on Google Classroom if you need help. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Stay well, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 2.